this is Anthony, and I'm showing these are the wave beams, and this specific one I'm placing the home run cable. So that means from like the 5-pin connector to the beam, it's hardwired directly. So what we're actually gonna do is actually replace the cable itself if it got damaged anyway. So what you first have to do is get your beam, turn it over, and we'll look inside on the junction box. So you see a junction box, you see the cable I'm going to be replacing, the home run cable, goes into a black box. It's called the junction box. So what you're going to do is actually remove the screws and move the lid. You see them here, move the lid. You can see the wiring. So this is a specific one because it's coming out of this hole. And what I'm going to do is actually loosen up all the cables. So what important is the orientation, the coloring. See red, green, yellow, white, black, and it will describe certain writing down here. So the red cable, move this upward. Red cable, EXE plus. Then there's SEM plus, ignore that one. SIG plus is green. Then it's the shield cable, SHIE or HID. White cable, SIG minus. And black cable, EXE minus. It might be labeled as S plus for SIG or S minus, or for SIG minus. It might be E plus for EXE plus, and it might be E minus for EXE minus. But either way, remember that order. We'll loosen this up and put out as grommet. You see the wires, pull them out. There's only 5 of those, so loosen this up by turning. Route this out. This is the cable I'm replacing. You see a little nut right here. This just holds the bolt, this one in there, so make sure not to lose that one. And I'm actually gonna take this out just so I don't lose it. And take that out. Okay, so now get your new cable and get the bare wire and put, so you're gonna take this out and put it on the new cable. When you start loosening the nut, see counterclockwise, now it's much more easy to move in and out. So you're gonna make sure to do this and actually feed it out and put on the new cable. Okay, so kind of see the order, it comes together. Make sure the lid is this way, the bare wire on this part, skinny parts on next to the bare wire, so you can be able to collapse this all together and feed it through. And you try to screw it on and make sure this ends right here, and then you're gonna feed it through. So you see I tighten this up, get my cable, and once it goes through, I put the nut on it. So cable through, take the nut, and then you're gonna make it line up here and screw it in with that. So I removed the foot here so you can see it better, but feed it through, and you don't have to screw it in all the way. Keep loosen this up if the cable not long enough, but see how it goes through, and you can just make sure that screws in. Make sure it's straight, tighten. So that connector should look like this all the way through. And we're going to start feeding this cable through the hole and put it enough slack so it could be able to screw them down. Okay, fed the cable through, push it down, make sure it's under the load cell. You can start tying this up on both sides. And remember the color coordination. So red, green, yellow, white, black. Screw them down. So you set an order. Remember, based on the reading back here, EXE plus is red or E plus, green is SIG plus or S plus, yellow is shield, SHID or HID, S plus or SIG minus is white, and EXE minus or E minus is black. Make sure it's all together. And if you ever step on the scale and the weight shows up negative, maybe you mix up the green and white cables, or if you get some kind of error, you can always watch my other video on how to fix the wave beam system. Maybe one of the load cells is bad, so you need to check the wiring on that. But anyways, you're gonna have to close this up. So you're gonna have to get the lid, put it back on, put the 4 screws on, and test it out, but that's how you replace the home run cable. Don't forget to install for a wave beam system.